Skol Nation, buckle up because today's Minnesota Vikings news is explosive. What if I told you the future of the Vikings offense could hinge on one decision at quarterback, and that Justin Jefferson himself just sent a powerful message to the league? Stay with me because this story is bigger than rumors, bigger than hot takes. It's about the direction of the Minnesota Vikings franchise. We all know the Vikings need to get their QB situation on the right path. Whether that's fully committing to J.J. McCarthy or bringing in a veteran presence, this offseason is absolutely critical. And when you have arguably the best wide receiver in football in Justin Jefferson, you cannot afford to waste time. Here's the teaser that should grab every Vikings fan by the collar. If the quarterback play doesn't elevate, how long can Jefferson stay patient? That's the question floating around the NFL right now, and it's one we cannot ignore. Let's talk about 2025. By Justin Jefferson standards, it was a challenging season. He finished just over 1,000 receiving yards with only 2 touchdowns. Solid numbers for most receivers, but not for a player who has consistently dominated defenses since entering the league. For a superstar used to putting up 1,500-plus yards and double-digit touchdowns, that dip raised eyebrows across the league. Suddenly, people started asking uncomfortable questions. Is he still the number 1 wideout in the NFL? Is the offensive system holding him back? Is the quarterback play limiting his production? And Vikings fans, let's be honest with each other. Elite receivers depend heavily on timing, chemistry, and precision from their quarterback. Without that high-level connection, even the most talented playmakers can look human. Now here's where things get interesting. Christopher Price from the Boston Globe suggested that if Jefferson were ever available, the New England Patriots should jump at the opportunity. That's right. Outside teams are already dreaming about stealing our superstar. Price even said Jefferson is a true number 1 receiver who is wasting away in Minnesota. Those words are strong. And while that's just one opinion, it shows how the rest of the league views our situation. They see uncertainty. They see opportunity. But let me make this clear to every Vikings fan listening. There is no strong indication that the Minnesota Vikings are planning to trade Justin Jefferson. This isn't a fire sale. This isn't a rebuild around draft picks. Jefferson is the centerpiece of this offense. During Super Bowl week, Jefferson addressed the quarterback situation himself. On Up and Adams, he made it very clear that roster decisions are not his call. He isn't in the front office. He isn't making the draft board. What did he say? He said he doesn't care who's throwing him the ball, as long as that quarterback can lead the team to the big dance at the end of the season. That's the standard. That's the expectation. Championships. And right now, J.J. McCarthy is his quarterback. Jefferson said it plainly. For him, it's about building chemistry now during the offseason and growing together so they can reach where this team needs to go. But then came another layer. On First Things First, Jefferson doubled down on his belief that he's still the best wide receiver in the NFL. And honestly, I love that confidence. That's the mindset of a superstar. However, he also acknowledged something real. If you don't have elite quarterback play consistently throughout the season, it's harder to stay in those best in the league conversations. That's not a shot at anyone. That's just football reality. He mentioned having a young quarterback still learning the game can lead to tough seasons. That's development. That's growth. That's the process. And if McCarthy is the guy, then the organization has to fully support that growth. Jefferson also made one thing crystal clear. He believes no one in this league can cover him one-on-one. And Vikings fans, we've seen it. The route running, the body control, the hands, the swagger. That confidence fuels greatness. So here's the big question for you, Skol Nation. Do you believe J.J. McCarthy is the long-term answer who can maximize Justin Jefferson's prime years? Or do the Vikings need a veteran to stabilize the offense right now? The Minnesota Vikings are standing at a crossroads. You don't get many chances with generational talent like Jefferson. The front office must align the quarterback decision with his championship window. There's no margin for error. One thing is certain, Justin Jefferson isn't backing down. He still sees himself as WR1 in the NFL. And if the Vikings build this the right way, we could be talking about a massive bounce-back season that reminds the entire league who he is. That's why this offseason matters more than ever. Development, chemistry, leadership, it all starts now. The Vikings can't afford another season where their superstar feels like he's carrying the weight without elite support under center. So tell me in the comments, Vikings fans, should the team ride fully with McCarthy or bring in competition? Do you believe Jefferson will have a monster comeback year? I want to hear your take. If you love staying on top of Minnesota Vikings news and want passionate breakdowns like this every week, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with every member of Skol Nation. Let's keep building this Vikings community together. Skol.